Right, Brett, you said at the beginning we talked about trotting. Now, not many, well, I'm not really familiar with trotting. I know that people like Pinot and all that, they go. So is the trotting sort of scene regionally based more than anything?
There's a circuit in West and South Wales. There's a stronger circuit in the northeast of England and Scotland.
And is it like regulated, or the rules?
Yeah. Proper. It's jockey club rules, and they're not always abided by. But it's the big meetings are very good, very good.
And is this something that you stuck with, or did it get put on the back burner when you were getting all your fortunes?
It got put on the back burner, but I've still always stuck with it, with a nice Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and the meeting was local, or the big meeting in Tregaron or Appleby, which is up in Cumbria. I would go. I would work my week around. I'm actually going here. Like fantastic. It's a fantastic sport. It never take off in the UK simply because it's not straight enough.
Right. But you got into it via bookmaking.
Yeah, I used to represent the gentleman Noel Thomas when I was 18. I used to go to the point. I used to go to the trotting with his card. The first time I ever went, he tipped me 7 out of 9 winners. I've come home and done my money. I just thought you had to fill the bag with money, but didn't take me long to cotton on, and that's what I used to do on a Saturday afternoon.
So when you're sort of alluding to maybe it's not entirely straight, so you've got to play the punter. You've got to play against the punters and pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, you've got to. One thing as a bookmaker, one thing I don't agree with and if I put 5 to 2 on the board, I want to lay you, the cat, the owner, the trainer, anybody. And I lay you a fair bet, very fair bet. Then you respect that person, but I would always lay as strong as anybody.
You'd lay me more than you'd lay.
No, I'd lay you all the same.
Right,
I'd lay you all the same.
So if you've got a figure in your mind how much you want to lay each horse to lose?
Depending on where you are. I've only got pictures in the 2 big meetings now at Tregaron and Musselburgh with my mate, and we lay even £5,000, in a grass field in Ceredigion. We lay a bit more in Musselburgh because the market is stronger, and they go every race in Great Britain goes left-handed, but Musselburgh, because they use a racetrack, they got to go right-handed, and like you do get horses beat for that reason. But yeah, like I lay 5,000 to 1, whatever.
So there's nowhere to go with these bets because there's no exchanges. So what was the biggest bet you've laid on a trotting?
We laid a 12,000 to 4, a horse by the name of Porterstown Jack in Musselburgh, and I'll never ever forget. We've taken 4 bets and we've taken £7,007. That was, not 4 bets on the race, but after like 1 minute, we laid a favourite 2 to 1 to £3,000, a fiver and £2. Anyway, I still believe that's the biggest bet struck. I know Pinot I've laid a 10,000 to 1, a winner actually, but he did. He had a lot. Well, he had £300 back with me. But I think that's the biggest bet ever struck.
So what did you do with it?
Just throw it in the bag.
And what happened?
I think it's finished about 6 of 12. I did have the binoculars on right till they passed the line. But I think we've in the end we've got it for £7,000 or something. The fella who's had the bet, who's the owner, delighted because obviously after we've laid the bet, we don't want to, we can't go up. It's 2 to 1, 2 to 1 everywhere. All of Brett have laid a 12,000 for this and what have you. And that was that. Do you know what I mean? He's delighted. In our heads, me and a gentleman called John Smart, who's the best judge of harness racing by a long way. Got a red together. We said 5, 6 to 1. So we got to lay him.
So you took your chances with it, but you've owned some of these horses as well, these harness.
Yeah.
Great success.
Yes, I've owned probably 20 to 25 harness racing horses. The best one being a horse called Meticulous, who we bought as a yearling. Me and my mate Brett from up northeast. He won 18 times in the UK, 16 wins, 2 seconds, and then he's gone to America. He's won his first 7, I think, and he's won about 300,000 in America. Fastest horse ever to go from the British Isles.
Now these trotting horses,
Yeah.
do they cross over from horse racing? Are they thoroughbreds?
No, they standardbreds. There's 2 kinds of trotting thing. There's a trotter, which front right and back left go in unison, and there's a pacer, which is what I have. The back and front legs, the right and left hand side go together.
Okay, now you so you've done well. I assume you've done well at the the trotting, making a book and definitely owning.
Yeah.
You also jumped the fence and became a bookmaker at the Cheltenham Festival. How did that go?
We bought number 17 on the rails at the Cheltenham Festival, and it was 2 of us in chair, me and my mate Brett, the boy who owned Meticulous with me. We thought that it didn't matter who you bet next to. We'll be not the big I ams, but we'll take anybody on. We're not bothered by this, we're not bothered by that. Couldn't have been more wrong about the situation.
Even at the festival?
At the festival, couldn't be more wrong about it. We contemplated betting without the favourite, and if somebody said to me, I got number 17 on the rails, I think you bet number 8 down the line, and you're going to bet without the favourite at the festival. Well, what are you doing? But we just could not make it pay.
Why was that?
It's 2 book. I'm not blaming them, saving money, and when people say about me, I don't take any notice. There's 2 bookmakers on our left hand side, which is in front of us. One they tell me is the best judge of racing ever. I believe he pays premium charge, and he doesn't bet in running. I know nobody else does that. And next door to us,
who's that? Can you mention the name?
Yeah, Dan Egg. Nothing bad to say about him. I wish I was as good as him. Christian White bet next to me next door, and just a phenomenally strong bookmaker. He left nothing off for you. The horse is 2.74 on the machine, he's 7-4. The horse is 12 on the machine, he's 11-1. And you've got to try and get him past him. Couldn't.
So did you just lasted one?
No, 2. We went to 2 Paddy Powers and two festivals. As it's happened, we didn't lose any money on the pitch, for what we bought it for. We had the same money back. But we've worked 10 days for absolutely nothing with big headaches. The only bet I can ever remember not refusing, but cutting, a fella asked me to 40,000 to 1 each way at the Paddy Power meeting, and I've offered him a 40 monkeys each way because I can't pay. I didn't have 50 grand in my pocket, and he politely told me to go away, which I couldn't believe. That's the only bet I can ever remember cutting. But that was because I couldn't pay. I didn't have the money. I don't know the fella from Adam,
and did it win?
No. It went off 66. But you just don't think these people exist, He must have been the owner or something. I had no idea, but never sighted.
And you've also had a little go on dog racing?
Yeah, but a couple of dogs with Gary Wiltshire. Nothing great. I've had a couple of dogs with Kevin Lambert and Martin Kavanagh, which won a few races. I used to go around the Sky Nights. Never miss a Sky Night. I used to do in running at the Sky Nights. Brilliant. Travel Romford, Yarmouth. Just do the in running because there'd been nobody else there. And fantastic. And stand in the ring, I'd have Betfair on my phone, and anything above, I'd bet, and then I'd have £666 every click on the dogs.
So you made it pay?
I made it pay, but it was an enjoyable, very, very enjoyable time in my life. You know, I'd phone Steve from Worcester and say, "Oh, where's the dogs next week?" Because I wouldn't know. "Oh, Romford." Right, okay, I'll see you there Tuesday night. And off I'd go, and I'd try and do a race meeting on the way there, and just generally love life. Made it pay? Yes, but didn't matter. You know, it was one of my enjoyments.